To an outsider looking in for the first time, it's hard to see why Ashes of Creation has so much excitement and hype around it. After all, it's a brand new company that nobody has heard of, making an MMORPG that, on the surface, looks very mundane. If you look at the current Alpha 1 gameplay, it looks like your typical MMORPG affair. The quests are your basic kill 10 of these mobs that die in 2 hits, and collect some items for this random NPC who's too lazy to do it for themselves. And there are only 3 basic classes to play. Even the combat is nothing to write home about. On top of this, there are also a few red flags that concern newcomers, like the cosmetic store for a game that is nowhere near release yet, and the unfortunate fact that the majority of Kickstarter indie MMORPGs fail for one reason or another. Let's face it, indie devs have a very poor track record when it comes to MMORPGs. So then, why are so many people excited for this game and willing to pay up to $500 to take part in the Alpha 1 tests? Well, in my opinion, a lot of this has to do with the company behind the game, Intrepid Studios. For those who don't know, Intrepid Studios was founded in December 2015 by Stephen Sharif and John Moore, along with a few other veteran developers from California. The dream was simple: to create an MMORPG that brought back the player-to-player interactions while not being pay to win. This is a vision that a lot of MMORPG players can get behind and understand, and it has been the constant glue that has held the Ashes of Creation community together. It's no wonder then that the game did so well on Kickstarter with that kind of vision driving it. It's hard to mention Intrepid Studios without talking about Stephen himself. Stephen is a self-made millionaire who got so sick of the lackluster pay-to-win MMORPGs plaguing the market that he decided to make the MMORPG himself. This passion for the genre and the game he is heading shows through all the time when he's talking about the game. Now, I've heard a lot of CEOs, creative directors and design leads talk about their games, but Stephen is different. He is first and foremost a player, and this shines through when he's talking. When I hear other leaders talking about their games, there's definitely passion and excitement there, but it's for a different reason. When someone like Todd Howard talks about the next Fallout or Elder Scrolls game, he comes across as excited to sell you a product. On the flip side, when Stephen talks about Ashes, he is excited to play the game alongside you. And this isn't just when he's talking about it either. When he recorded the Siege gameplay for the development livestream, he was having a blast with it. There was genuine enjoyment and excitement there, even when he was getting piled on by tons of players getting stun-locked to death. He was laughing and RPing all the way through.
3, 2, 1, for Narnia!
Stephen is a person who not only understands the players he is making the game for, but is a player of the game himself, and this is key. But of course, the company wouldn't run nearly as smoothly without the customer support on the front lines, which is the second reason why I trust Intrepid so much. Margaret Crone, the PR marketing lead, and Sarah Flanagan, aka Toast, the senior community manager, do such an amazing job helping the Ashes followers and relaying information and feedback back to the rest of the studio. Their contributions to the project cannot be understated enough. Just to give an example, the Alpha 1 servers have been live pretty much all the time since the start of the test on the 14th of July, 11 AM Pacific time. Margaret and Toast have been doing alternating 12-hour shifts all the way through since then until now, helping the community out. Everything from helping players with installation errors to answering all manner of questions regarding the test, big and small. It's absolutely insane. You couldn't find 2 people better suited to leading the community than Margaret and Toast. Hats off to you two, you are amazing people. Ashes of Creation is in open development, or as much open development as a game can reasonably be while still protecting the product. This open development means that the players have access to a ton of information about the game, and the devs aren't shy in showing us things that normally you wouldn't see. Of course, this open development would be meaningless if the players couldn't give feedback on what is being shown, And not only that, there needs to be feedback that is heard and acted on by the devs. I'm very glad to say that this absolutely happens with Ashes of Creation. The devs do indeed ask for feedback on a regular basis and react to it. Case in point, during the December 2020 development livestream, one of the questions in the Q&A section talked about login rewards. Stephen initially said he was in favour of login rewards, and needless to say, the Twitch chat went crazy. It was clear that the players watching the stream had no interest in login rewards. Stephen saw this and immediately said that they wanted more feedback from the community, and so the next month's dev discussion was dedicated to login rewards. The login rewards dev discussion had a lot of responses, and in the next dev live stream, Stephen acknowledged it and said that they would find a different way to reward players for their loyalty to the game.
I was really unaware, actually, about the stigma associated with login rewards and how they are sort of pressure tactics as opposed to the reward they're supposed to be, right? But I liked a lot of the opinions, and it illuminated a little bit more the position that people have against them. So through that discussion, and why it's always so beneficial to have these discussions, I think I've changed my mind on utilizing that as a reward system, and will probably rethink a better way to kind of reward players for their time in the game.
This isn't an isolated incident either. When the players initially saw the animation for the Mage Fireball spell, there was a huge negative outcry about it. Players hated the fact that the mages looked like they were performing in the Cirque du Soleil and wanted a more grounded animation style. So, a couple of months later, the Fireball animation was changed completely, and we all commended Intrepid for what they had done. Finally, very recently during the Alpha 1 testing, players gave a lot of feedback about the scarcity of gathering nodes around the starting area, which is a problem because one of the early quests is to craft either a wand or a sword. It's kinda hard to craft a sword if you can't find any ore. Again, this feedback was listened to, and a couple of patches later, the amount of gathering nodes has been increased dramatically. This positive, active response to feedback is extremely important, and I hope Intrepid keep it up throughout the rest of the development and beyond. I honestly wish more game developers did the same. I'm just gonna say it, between Stephen's enthusiasm, Margaret and Toast's interaction with the community, and the active, positive response to feedback, Intrepid are, to me at least, the best MMORPG developer around right now. The game may still be bare bones right now, but that isn't why people are excited about it. They are excited for the vision and the company behind that vision. If you like what you hear, come join us on the forums and the subreddit and the Discord. And together with Intrepid, we can make an MMORPG that we can all be proud of. My name is Wandering Mist. Thanks for listening.